Welcome everybody, old and new, to the Vietnam Esports Champions League 2014, to a best of 5 grand final. And this is actually possibly the last game of the series, as MiTH, they are leading 2-0. Hopefully Imba Gaming can at least win one to just recover their pride a little bit at least. But my name is Coucher, and joining me for the third game is Whiplash.
Hello, everybody. We've had two games so far. MiTH showing it's not been like entire dominance, but we're just seeing them accumulate an advantage over the course of the game, and it feels like their mechanics and their experience kind of just show the longer the game goes on, and that's how they're able to get the wins. Imba, they've had a decent showing, but I think a little bit of weakness in their drafts is really hurting them. It feels like MiTH does have a bit of an edge when it comes to the drafts. And would you agree, Coucher, that in this patch, like the drafting is insanely important whenever you're playing against another good team?
Oh yeah, I cannot agree more with you. I mean, it really just... I guess it's really hard, like you said, to actually make up for a lacking draft with your skill. It's like 10% of the cases, it feels like. Just, I mean, in a game of Dota, it has always been about the draft, but sometimes the skill difference just could easily make up for that. But nowadays, it's just so clear cut, and the drafts are kind of snowball heavy pretty damn often. So you just get an early game, just win the lanes, or just win one team fight in the mid game and just completely snowball from there. But,
Oh,
I
well,
mean, looking at the draft, teams have changed it up a little bit, but I guess MiTH just Skyref Mage all the way.
man, like I love the heroes that Imba's picked up here, but at the end of the day, would you rather take a Doom and Skywrath or Razor and Rubik as your first picks?
Well, to be honest, Whiplash, if it was me drafting, I would favor the Doom and Skywrath, I think. I mean,
Yeah,
Rubik
exactly.
is definitely good against the Doombringer, but just the early game presence of the Skywrath already is so strong.
Yeah, I just these heroes are so good to get picked up by MiTH, and I mean I love the Razor. He's been proven to be such a popular pick and really good in the current team fight meta. Rubik a great hero in that situation as well. But okay, so we have the Tinker get picked up, but I mean Doom and Skywrath, these are heroes that can deal with the Tinker.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just expecting like Tinker blink into the trees trying to TP out there, thinking he's safe, but suddenly a Mystic Flare raining upon him. I can see it in my mind's eye at least, but I mean, Tinker, it's for some teams at least. I'm not too sure about Imba since I've only seen them for 2 games. But for some teams, Tinker is like the go-to hero when you're in complete trouble. But MiTH, they pick up a Juggernaut as well now.
Ooh. You know what? I'm actually wondering if this is going to be a support Juggernaut or a safe lane, because well, I know he got ran as a support. I'm trying to remember. It was either DK or IG, I think, that ran at support. I'm pretty sure it was a Chinese team. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But we saw Juggernaut. He basically just supported. He got boots fast and did a lot of roaming and ganking, and it was extremely effective. And I'm wondering if MiTH wants to try that style of play. I think it could be really effective against heroes like the Tinker, and as well as the Rubik in addition to that. So, yeah, I'm hoping it's that kind of Juggernaut play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the Juggernaut at all either. Healing Ward is, like you said, really good against the Tinker. Even with the March of the Machines, you're just gonna heal yourself back up. Maybe get earlier access to Roshan as well, depending on the other heroes they're gonna go for. And the Blade Fury, it's one of the highest possible damage spells in the early game, if you can actually stay on target. And with the Concussive Shot plus the Ancient Seal of Skyraf Mage, boosting it up even more, just early kills are so possible, and oh, they go for the Death Prophet. So now early Roshans are definitely a possibility for them, as well as just going for tower after tower.
Yeah, they actually have pretty damn good push power at this point. Combine the healing ward with the Death Prophet's pushing ability from her ultimate exorcism. It's going to be a difficult thing to deal with. And MiTH, if they grab one more hero that's can provide a little bit of push, then they are really going to be choking this Tinker as far as space is concerned for him to get his essential early farm. Get those boots of travel, get the blink dagger, and then move into his next damage item or so. But that being said, they do have a Radiant Bat Rider which is probably one of the nicest pickups that they could have gotten throughout this draft.
Yeah, Bat is extremely good. Especially, I think, maybe the Doom or the Death Prophet. Just priority targets. Maybe even the Juggernaut before the Omni Slash, before the Blade Fury comes out. Just so many targets to choose from, and he's definitely gonna be able to lock down one. And with the Tinker to help off with the burst damage to actually bring them down during the duration of the lasso. Oh man,
Yeah,
it's. I have to
and
admit.
Razor can static link. I'm actually thinking this is a really, really good pickup from Imba. And when I'm just looking at the big picture in these team fights, Razor's the kind of hero that he's okay if you doom him. I mean, it's not going to stop static link if you've already started using that. Same with Eye of the Storm. So, the overall Imba, I'm getting behind their draft more and more as the picks come through.
Yeah, it's definitely really solid overall. Maybe a little bit reliant on the Tinker getting a lot of farm, and oh, they go for a Visage. Oh, that combination is so sick. Tinker, just global TP with the familiars.
Yeah, and it provides them with a lot of extra burst DPS, which can be very effective combined with the Tinker if Bat Rider is going to drag someone back. So, yeah, it looks like Tinker will be mid, along with Razor farming the safe lane with the help of Rubik or Visage. They could offensive try if they really want to, but the last pickup, it's going to be the Ember Spirit. So this Juggernaut, it's going to be a position for support, man.
Oh man, this Ember Spirit now, I mean, late game wise, it's once again kind of hard to tell, to be honest, who has the advantage. Tinker is just absolutely a beast in the later stages of the game. And Razor, of course, with the Aghanim's Reverser Orb can be the same. And Batrider Initiation is ridiculously strong throughout the entire game. Whereas MiTH, actually, they are lacking the just jump in initiator at the moment. So it might come back to bite them in the ass a little bit. But Imba, they
I
need this Tinker to get a good start.
I feel like the kind of the strategy from Myth Trust is they're just going to siege you. They say, you know what? We have Ember Spirit that'll be waiting in the back. We have a Doom that can lock someone down instantaneously. We have our Silence available. With Death Prophet helping push with her Exorcism as well as the Juggernaut and the Healing Ward. I'm I'm feeling like it's looking pretty good from Myth as far as the fights are concerned. It just comes down to how do they want to handle these fights? Can they be patient enough and do the kind of the slow siege kind of play?
Yeah, to be honest, I think the Visage was a really good pick against the pushing style as well, especially with the healing ward, because you can just send in the familiars to kill the healing ward, but oh, the static link Momo! Oh man. He just ran to the high ground, he wanted to block the ancients, well, he got the wards down successfully, but for the price of the first blood, I don't think it's worth it, and, well, Tinker of all heroes gets it as well.
Yeah, that's Tinker's already close to his bottle, and that's after going for an early null talisman. So, when you're a mid hero and you get this kind of start, you're a happy camper. That being said, it's against the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit, he'll be really annoyed with the Tinker because with that laser ability and the miss rate, you can sometimes Ember Spirit's a hero you want to dive a lot with, and it'll be a lot harder to dive with that kind of ability being used on you, as well as March. It's a great zoning ability. So, yeah, Lakel's, we'll see how he can do, well, how he does against the Tinker, but I would favor the Tinker over the Ember Spirit in this mid lane.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not actually too sure how those two spells interact, but since the Flame Guard absorbs magic damage, but Tinker's Laser is pure damage, well, I guess it only just ignores the magic resistance, but Flame Guard still absorbs it, right?
Yeah, but the March of the Machines is universal, and that just goes through the Ember Spirit Flame Guard, if I recall.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be really good. And Imba, they knew that the wards were down, blocking the Ancients from spawning, and they even used one sentry, but of course they didn't get the Observer ward. They killed off the enemy sentry, so they thought that they are safe, but they are not. And actually it's really important that you just stop the Ancient stacking from happening.
And already we'll see the bottle be moved out, but oh, the Stoom trying to rotate at a good time. There's the net as well, Searing Chains follow up, and one more hit to get the kill. And it's a nice return, so not that bad. This is exactly what you need to do against a Tinker. If you can gank him a few times in the early game and let this Ember Spirit get some levels, get a little bit of farm, then you can deal with the Tinker. But still, he comes back. He's already got his bottle.
Yeah, I mean, just getting the first blood helped him out so much, especially since you start with an alt talisman. It takes you quite a long while, usually, to get the bottle. And actually, he got not lucky, but he did a really nice job microing the courier back once he saw the Doombringer coming into the mid lane. If they had lost the courier there as well, that would have been a huge loss for the Tinker without the bottle being there for him. But no.
And
Yeah.
well, we do have some supports from MiTH. They back away. It looks like they wanted to gank the Batrider top, but instead they're saying, you know what? Let's go back to mid, do a little bit of de-warding, a very important ward for them to get rid of if they want to do more ganking on the mid lane. But still, we have Rubik just kind of hiding in the trees, waiting for the ganks to come mid lane. And not a surprise, they don't want Tinker to get shut down. That would be the worst case scenario, I think, for Imba, because this hero, it's crucial for him to get his farm in this game. If he gets shut down, I mean, look at Imba. What are you really afraid of?
Well, to be honest, not too much. I guess Doom, always a possibility, but Doom has to get up close, and the Tinker should always be at a safe distance, especially once he gets a blink to Oh, mid lane kills! Oh no.
Slightly out of range. Sorry, I meant Imba, not MiTH. For what are you afraid of if the Tinker gets shut down? My apologies on that one.
Yeah,
That
well,
must have sounded a little bit confusing.
yeah, I mean, I guess it's both ways. If the Tinker gets shut down, there is absolutely nothing that MiTH should be scared of. I guess the Batrider, once he gets the blink dagger, his initiations definitely are scary. Especially with the potential burst damage to follow up. But mid lane 7-7 trouble once again. Telekinesis comes out. Under tower lock kills. Might fall down in return. Probably will as well. But he got the XP from it. He got the gold anyway, so...
Favoring MiTH for sure. Not by a huge amount, but it's just, I would feel better after that trade.
Yeah, I do think that if Silong would have thrown down the Ember Spirit towards the river, that the Tinker might have been able to actually survive, since with this drop down from the Telekinesis, the Ember Spirit's Flame Guard did continuous damage to the Tinker.
Yeah.
Well, it's something we'll never know as kills. Last hit wise, it's rather even, still 15-2 compared to 12-2 on the Tinker. But just a lot of focus by both sides on this mid lane.
Yeah, they're valuing it very highly. I mean, the mid lane is essentially going to determine if Imba can, you know, constantly push around the map and keep the lanes pushed out, allow this Batrider to find targets to pick off in the earlier stages. But I mean, at the end of the day, MiTH, they've done a great job at preventing the camp from, you know, being stacked up. They're applying so much pressure onto the mid lane. It's what they want to do. And there's something I haven't gotten a chance to talk about, or at least discuss, that I do want to kind of talk about. And it's MiTH, as far as their lanes and hero picks are concerned. They put the Doom in the off lane, and they put Death Prophet, a hero that traditionally is seen a lot in the mid lane. I know the Korean teams, they do like to run Death Prophet in the safe lane a lot, and we're seeing that happen from MiTH as well.
I mean, to be honest, I think Death Prophet just is so ridiculously strong if he gets that guaranteed farm. And oh, it looks like Kinzu wanted to go in for the kill, but of course doesn't have the less someone. Oh, Crypt Swarm not gonna be there on target.
Alright, mid lane, a lot of action coming in. Silence onto the Rubik. March of the Sheens doing a lot, but still Tinker. He's so low on health. A lift up, buying a little bit more time. Lakel's, he doesn't have a point in Sleight of Fist. He is forced to back away. That was a pretty heavy commitment, and well, the Skywrath's the only one that ended up dying, so Tinker, man, he was so low on health, just barely survived that engagement.
I mean, what are we watching? Tri-lane mid versus tri-lane mid. This is exactly what is happening at the moment. I mean, MyPro and Kinzu, they haven't seen another hero for ages. And Doombringer, of course, he's definitely happy about the support rotations of Imba, so he can actually get some proper levels now in the bottom lane. But at least this time around for Imba, the Razor is actually getting some proper farm, heading towards that fast mech, which will definitely help them out unless he's the one getting doomed. But Aula kills.
Uh-oh. Okay, gonna get lifted up, and there's the Grave Chill as well. Still the DPS, though. It is absorbed thanks to the Flame Guard, and this Ember Spirit. I'll just go back to the mid lane. We're going to see Rubik fall, the double damage from the Doom doing work, and can he actually chase down the 7-7? That's the real question. Now, he backs off. I think that's the safer play. But now he has to worry about this Batrider, who already has 2 stacks of Sticky Napalm, and there will be a third to follow, as well as the damage from Firefly. Now, Grave Chill helping out as well, but Skywrath Mage coming in, silencing up. Still, I don't think it's enough. One more hit on the Doom, and he gets it. Down goes the Doombringer.
Yeah, and Doom didn't even use the Devour the whole duration he was actually in the enemy jungle like that. So that's a lot of potential gold he was missing, as well as giving away the kill. I mean, he definitely shouldn't have been chasing the Tinker for so damn long. But now mid lane, oh, the Remnant in, they get the Searing Chains, but the silence, the telekinesis once again, Lakels. He might get the kill. Oh man, Lakels will drop down in return once again. They trade off 1 for 1 as Momo. He's not even in the clear yet.
I think this is... I'm still okay with these trades on the Tinker. As long as you keep killing him and keep him from farming, even if this Ember Spirit's getting somewhat shut down as well, just looking at the rest of Myth Trust, they have the Doom who will find farm no matter what. He's Doom. You use Devour. You can go in the jungle if you're ever feeling unsafe in the offlane. And you have the Death Prophet who's been free farming top lane. That's not to say that this Razor hasn't found farm as well, but I think it's absolutely crucial for them to shut down this Tinker, and that's exactly what Myth Trust have been able to do throughout this game.
I mean, if you just put it into perspective or into numbers, 7-7, he doesn't have his Soul Ring finished. He has the recipe for it, but still needs the Sage's Mask. And it's 8 minutes in. Usually you would want your Boots of Travels like 9 minutes in if it was perfect, but Ancients, you can't even stack them. They are double stacked, but another sentry came out. But top lane, my bro, he's on the run. The lasso, it is there, but they can't follow up. They can't get in range for it.
There's 9 stacks on the magic stick as well, so I think if the lasso hit...
Oh,
Death
but
Prophet
there's a
would
Doom
be
on
dead.
Visage. They get the kill. Lakels helping out, but the static link is there, Jennifer. Oh, Lakels actually might be staying around for too long. The plasma field. If you right click Schaefer, can you chase him down, Lakels? He should be fast enough. One remnant coming off.
All he
man.
needs the remnant away! Actually, he's okay. Never mind. Okay, that looked really scary for the Ember Spirit. It was a 1 hit away from death. But he survives. And you know what? Still, Couch Short's 5-5. I mean, this game is, I think, a little bit more action-packed. I'd say, I want to say a lot more action-packed than our previous ones, as there's just constant rotations around the map. Nobody is safe, dude. Everybody is a potential target.
Yeah, and well, one thing, Myth, of course, their supports are hungry for levels once again, whereas Silong, he's almost level 6 on the Rubik. Super Hugh has been level 6 for some time on the Visage. But still, Myth, I'm just thinking that they're probably gonna hit a timing window at some point. Death Prophet may be waiting for level 11 even before they start just going for either Roche or for towers. And
Bad Redder chasing the Skywrath. But, he's A-okay. Even stealing that last hit on the creep.
And oh,
yeah.
he stole the Remnant.
Oh, that's a funny pickup for him. Just gives him more mobility, not much else. And okay, they're gonna use the Grave Troll on the Doom, but okay, even the Medallion helping out as well. He still has a lot of armor though, thanks to the Buckler, and he just TPs away.
Actually, really smart TP. He might have been able to run away, but oh, Kinzo slowed down. Ember Spirit coming in, Searing Shade. Will they connect the Silence? No Flame Guard, no Firefly, I mean. And well, easy kill for Lakels. Ember Spirit 2, 2, and 4. Yes, he's been dying a little bit, but all in all, he's farming really well still.
Yeah, meanwhile, this Death Prophet. Okay, well, there's the mech available for Razor, so he should be okay in these fights. And yeah, Death Prophet's been able to get a pretty solid amount of farm. I would say that the Razor's picked up his mech already though, so that's really good, but they're basically even in terms of farm. And Death Prophet looking to pick up, looks like Eul's Scepter pretty darn soon. He has most of the items required for it. I would imagine that's his next pickup.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so hard to pin down a Death Prophet when he has maxed out Witchcraft and the Eul Scepter plus Face Boots. He's just gonna be so ridiculously speedy. He has 395 movement speed without the Euls already. So just a race car kind of build, but KYT, he's going for the mech for their team on the Doombringer. And how would you rate that item as? Oh, they're going for the kill, the lasso comes.
Yeah, Doom though, he does have the Scorched Earth available. There's throwing up so much damage on him though, and it's enough. They get the kill on Doom. He's finally taken down. But, I mean, once again, Imba, it looks like they really love to commit like 4 or 5 members of their team just to get these solo kills. Meanwhile, Razor trying to chase down the Death Prophet, stolen 140 damage. But still, Death Prophet's A-okay. Low on health, but okay.
I have no idea what the Doom even thought. He had no heroes to actually back him up there to begin with. So maybe he just wanted to eat a creep or something, but oh!
They're jumping in, Ember Spirit. They put down the concussive shot onto Rubik, but I don't think you can actually chase down a Rubik that has the remnants.
Yeah, it was so
I mean,
funny to watch, like, Ember remnanting in, Rubik remnanting out at the same time. On mid
yeah,
lane
you
now?
can't catch him. Well, the push is real. We have the healing ward down, and mech not completed quite yet from Doom, but still, we do have Death Prophet using her exorcism. It's going to be that versus the March, essentially. And it's tier 1 towers, so there is no backdoor protection, but Mistrust, they're playing this very cautiously, and they decide to just back it up.
And actually, I talked about it before as well. The familiar just coming in to kill the healing ward. That's exactly what happened this time around as well. So the push kind of stopped from there. And once again, March of the Machines comes out. 7-7, well, still no boots of travels, but actually only 200 gold away from that. So, Tinker not looking that bad. Overall, gold graph, it's actually 2000 gold lead for MiTH. XP 1.5 for Imba. So it's just so damn even at this point in time. My pro, does he have the Yules coming out? Yes, he does. Maybe gonna help out a little bit. But still, before he hits level 11, the push ain't that scary. And maybe I would even like for them to go for Roche instead of Tower.
By the way, I want to point out that this Tinker, despite being shut down so hard in the earlier stages, he has been able to get a decent amount of farm through his jungle. The supports have done an excellent job on stacking. And even though the Spat Rider's been using some of the jungle as well, he is about to pick up his Blink Dagger. It is kind of late, 13 minutes in, despite him just having a bottle and naked boots. Finally, he's getting that important item, and Tinker, he has his boots of travel as well now. So, despite a little bit of a hectic and even if it still felt like a rough start for Imba, they really needed to get those early items first. They've been able to kind of somewhat recover, but now Mistrust moving towards that bottom lane. It does look to be like a big point of contestation.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually really surprising that they rotated so many heroes to the bottom lane, but they definitely want to just crush the tri lane of Imba, get the kill on Razor. Although with the mech being there, they have to be really fast about it. They do have Omni Slash though.
That's true. Okay, are they going to move in? They get the Visage silenced up, but Razor's doing a lot of damage from the Doombreaker. He will use Doom on the Razor, so that's no mech available. And Lakellis is going to jump right in on the Razor, trying to fight on top of the tower, but now he gets lassoed! And he'll be taken down before he can finish off the Razor. Razor will eventually die, but gets denied! It's a 3-for-2 trade, and Mistrust, I think they just dove a little bit too far.
Yeah, definitely not giving enough credit for Imba and their lineup overall. Of course, they didn't know yet that the bat had the Blink Dagger, but still, if you're going under the tower, the bat doesn't even need the Blink Dagger. So, definitely overextension. My pro was trying to get the tower mid lane. Oh, he's going for Silong. The telekinesis comes out. Play Fury stolen as well. Nice Kiilstofte keeping himself alive. And oh, the exorcism finishes up the Rubik.
The Yule Scepter kept him alive just long enough to finish the job. So, yeah. Not bad. But still, I feel Mistrust, they're really trying to push these tier 1 towers, and they do have the top one. But beyond that, it seems like it's still really hard for them to actually push into these towers. I would expect, with their lineup, with this Death Prophet and Juggernaut combination, and well, Doom doesn't have his mech yet, which is maybe one of the problems for them when it comes to these team fights. And still, based on their lineup, I would expect them to have more towers by this point in the game.
Yeah, I would have as well, but like you said, Doom still doesn't have his mech, and the Doom overall is struggling really hard. Didn't go for the Hand of Midas either to just catch up extremely fast. And now, the heat-seeking missiles start flying with the Boots of Travels online, and heat-seeking missiles, they're already level 4 as well. It's just so annoying to deal with those. They don't have an urn, I think. Yeah, they don't have an urn either to deal with it. So no mech, no urn. At least they have the healing ward for them.
Yeah. But we'll see Mistrust. They're smoking up once again, moving into the enemy's side. They may actually be spotted from the back end. Spat Rider does have an invisibility rune. And they keep their eyes on to this Razor. He looks to be the target. And will we have a silence? Okay, no, they're going to use the Cyclone on him. And yeah, silenced up. There's nothing he can do. It's 5 men piling onto the Razor. You're not surviving that fight.
To be honest, I think that the Doom, the ability of the Doom was definitely just overkill there. But kill secured, as well as they get the tower. So I guess 100-second cooldown, it's not the longest anyway. And that's his mech finished. So I think they're just gonna back off, wait for the Doom to come back once again.
Silence. Rubik mid lane, but he smartly teleports away. Juggernaut's too far away to use his Omni Slash.
Well, I mean,
I guess it's tower for tower. It's not a terrible trade at all. Yeah, they lose the Razor, but everybody rotated to secure that kill.
yeah, and nobody else was farming at the same time. It's actually a really important thing to always have in mind. If one team gets a kill, but the other team is still farming on like 2 heroes at the same time still, it's kind of a worthwhile trade. But Noki, to be honest, on the Juggernaut, he's already halfway through his Aghanim Scepter, although he's a support one. So he's been farming pretty damn nice, to be honest, on the Jugger.
Yeah, he actually has 50 less. They've definitely given him a little bit more farm than you're expecting. Oh, there's a Blink Lasso onto the Ember Spirit, and holy crap, he's dead. He just gets completely destroyed. There's too many nukes hitting him at once.
Wow.
And yeah, I would not be happy if I was the Kells of this game. Like, trying to fight into the heroes that Imba has, it's not the best game to play in Ember Spirit. There's so many disables, so many stuns, and just annoying things to deal with, like the March. I mean, Ember Spirit can still be useful this game, but I do wonder if they could have maybe picked up a different hero in this situation to help out with the kind of that mid-game push and team fight, which the rest of their team kind of is revolving around.
Oh, wow. I mean, to be honest, I was so surprised, but he didn't have Flame Guard up either, so that's why he just got completely crushed. Overall, I think Ember is not a bad hero at all against Tinker, because you can just Remnant after him into the trees as well. But, like you said, just Imba's lineup overall, especially the Batrider, is just so good in the initiation. And MiTH, well, I think teamfight-wise, they still have the advantage at the moment, I think. But Imba, if they just keep on getting jumps like that, keep getting big coughs, they aren't looking bad at all. Razor has a pretty decent amount of farm working towards his Aghanims. Tinker, almost #1 in net worth, just slightly succeeded by the Death Prophet.
Yeah, he's definitely done a great job in catching up this game. I do have to commend the Tinker for his play. He was 1-3 at one point and just completely shut down in the mid lane, but he's caught back up, man. He's doing excellent. And now Tinker will just continue the farm up using that March of the Machines, keeping the lanes pushed out. And regardless of that, let's not forget that MiTH do have the Roshan Pit available to them. They have the Death Prophet, as well as a tanky Doom to help out. Everyone's going to come into the pit, and I'm not sure if Imba can do anything. They have the Familiars. Maybe they can make something happen. They're going to move into the middle of the pit, and they're okay. There we go. We have a lasso on the Skywrath. Will be completely useless this fight. There's no silence available, as well as his ultimate. No Mystic Flare. Everybody's trying to back away. There's a Doom, though. Onto Razor. He's already used his abilities, and the Aegis already expended. Ember Spirit will be coming back for a round 2. But MiTH just decided to kind of back it off, and nice job from Imba. No deaths on their end. They do I guess, they don't get the Roshan kill. It still goes to the MiTH, but they kind of equalized it out regardless.
Yeah, I mean, they got rid of the Aegis as well, so MiTH, they won't have an advantage in the next team fight at all. And actually, Rubik, he stole the Doom. He used it on the Ember Spirit just as he was about to die anyway the first time around. Maybe if he had kept it, might have gotten the secondary kill, but still just kill secured. Really good fight for Imba. Looking at the graphs again, actually, gold graph still 4,500 in favor of MiTH. But XP, well, 700 I guess for Imba. So XP... just completely non-significant.
Yeah, it's basically dead even at this point. At 20 minutes into the game, less than like a 500 experience advantage. It's up to 1,000 now, but it's still nothing.
MiTH, they are getting pushed in a little bit on this bottom lane here. But they should be able to withstand, although Noki, he has a TP, but he doesn't have actually any mana to support all of his spells anyway, even if he did TP. So he's gonna focus on just finishing up the Aghanims, which only 400 gold away.
Yeah,
where does he get the farm?
At all. I guess he's just going into the jungle and killing creeps left and right. Somewhat like an Enigma. I'm assuming that's kind of what he's been doing. They've been giving him farm like that. So really, it's just the Skywrath buying all of his support items. But even then, he's still managed to pick up mana boots. And, has a Sentry Ward in his inventory. He's been, supporting up here and there. So they're making it work, which is the important thing. As long as the draft synergizes well together, and the heroes can get their proper farm, then why not?
Oh yeah, and 7-7, he's going for a Dagon now. Actually has it the level 1 as well if he just wants to buy it up. But oh, Jennifer, he slowed down, no Doom even necessary. They get the kill on the Razor. Haste through most their unlock kills. Of course, unfortunately no tier 1 tower for them to easily take after this now.
Now they have to push into the tier 2 if they want something. And you know what? I would be okay with Mistrust trying to press the issue at the tier 2. They have that Death Prophet's Exorcism. Ember Spirit has, well, the haste rune will be up by the time the fight comes. They have Doom available. Skywrath's ultimate's online as well. Omni Slash, it's here and available as well.
Oh.
So the Familiar's being annoying, and here comes the March. Just be as annoying as possible, but still Death Prophet throwing out her ultimate. And the tower getting eaten at a little bit. But they still have to be very, very aware of that March. Now we'll have a TP come in from Razor. He's back and online after that last fight, which means there's mech available. Eye of the Storm, Static Link. And... oh, it was actually... the ultimate was stolen. Rubik has Exorcism as well. Oh, and they're going to get the lasso as well on the Ember Spirit. But look at that! The Cyclone helping out so much. Down comes a ridiculous amount of damage to take down the Bat Rider. And Doom as well on the Razor, preventing him from... I guess using mech, but still he's been able to get everything else off. And with Trust, I think they realized, okay, we don't want to fight into a tower, March, and Exorcism. We'll back off after getting that Bat Rider, and that's a very smart decision from them. I like them moving away.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, just actually having the Exorcism stolen was maybe a bit of a mistake by the Death Prophet. Didn't spam out any of his other spells straight after. But MiTH, they don't lose anything, they still have the Omni Slash ready, and now the Aghanim is up as well, so might be one of the reasons they actually backed off, wanted to wait for that item. It is a level 2 Omni Slash as well. And, oh, does he really want to go for the solo pickoff?
He could. He has the Aghanims. I'd love to see it. I don't think he can find
Juggernaut
anyone.
is so damn strong.
I want to see him Rambo in and just to kill somebody. I think it's great.
If they had a Tinker on their team, they could easily do it, just Tinker, help out with the TPs. But what do you actually think of the Tinker going for a straight up Dagon in this game?
Well, I mean, looking at MiTH Trust, it does come down to the lasso coming through and getting those quick pickoffs. I think taking down the Ember
Oh,
Spirit.
the Omni Slash onto the Tinker! He gets the solo kill! And Blade Fury TP out, Omni Slash gets stolen as well! Noki, TP cancelled, so he will forfeit his life. But it's worth it any day. Support Juggernaut for a Tinker.
Oh yeah, definitely worth it. Unfortunately, I didn't catch that, but oh man, that must have been funny to see him just, pop on that Tinker and kill him. He was waiting, I remember, I saw him kind of waiting inside the tree area near the Ancient Stack, so as soon as that Tinker came by, you can just pick him off.
Well, I mean, the ultimate cooldown is so damn low as well with the Aghanims. Just 1 minute cooldown or 70 seconds. Small difference there as, well, MiTH, they're kind of hitting their stride a little bit, I think. They've been, I mean, they're not far ahead at all that much, but it's just the momentum that they have and the map control.
Yeah, and I mean, they have the late game. You have a Death Prophet, a Doom, and an Ember Spirit. This Ember Spirit's already picked up his Battle Fury, so he'll be moving into, I guess, the Daedalus next, unless he really wants some type of survivability item. But generally, you will at least pick up the Chrysalis before getting, like, a Black King Bar or something. And I think the Lincoln Sphere would be his item of choice this game due to the Bat Rider Lasso, but not until he already has at least one other damage item. At least that's what I would prefer to see from him. But now Imba, they've smoked up, and maybe they'll be able to actually kind of hit to these MiTH Trust heroes from behind.
Well, they definitely have to make something happen at the moment, because so far MiTH, they've made or dictated the pace of the game so far, at least. Just where MiTH go, Imba has to react and defend towers and so on and so forth. And I mean, Kinsu even has a 4-step on the Bat Rider, so he definitely wants to just lasso somebody, drag them completely out of position. But MiTH, they're not giving away any ground either, they're just grouped up, at least most of their heroes are. So MiTH, they're playing it safe at the moment, and wouldn't be surprised if they just went for another push.
And this Bat Rider needs to get a Black King Bar. There's too much disables on MiTH's end to reliably, like, go in there with Flaming Lasso before something happens to you. Even with the Force Staff, I mean, there's a lot of range on Ancient Seal. Cyclone has a pretty solid range as well. So there's a lot of disables and abilities that take down this Bat Rider, which is my biggest concern. But if they can get a good lasso off on somebody, then Imba can, they can take it in these team fights.
Oh, they're going for the wraparound. Coming in from behind the tier 2 towers. Oh, it's gonna be huge probably. For on one side or the other at least.
Yeah, everyone's basically grouped up, and the Juggernaut will lead the charge. Oh, oh, look at the teams. Okay, here we go. We're gonna see the Death Prop revealed. He's gonna Cyclone the Bat Rider into the air. The team fight will start. There's your Doom onto the Razor as well. Getting just blown up by that Skywrath Mage. Has done a ridiculous amount of damage. MiTH Trust with the jump. They've been able to take down 3 quite easily. Vecl, can he find this Tinker? No, he's been able to blink away. But that was still a very solid trade from MiTH Trust. A 3 for 1. Getting the proper jump on them was absolutely crucial in this fight. And look at the tier 2 behind it as well.
Yeah, and the Death Prophet initiation, it was kind of flawless. Throwing up, I think it was the Razor in the air. And just once he dropped down, he went for a silence, which hit 3 heroes as well. So just really well played. Losing the Skywrath, I think they don't mind at all at the moment. And the Tinker just barely got out. The Ember Spirit actually used his remnants to chase him down. And when he went for the Sleight of Fist Searing Chains combination, that's exactly when the Tinker blinked out further. So he just barely made it out there. And he went for a Ghost Scepter now already. So couldn't max out his Dagon, so just not gonna get the most benefit out of that item yet. So they're not looking... Yeah.
I'm okay with the Ghost Scepter pickup. He'll eventually, of course, split that into an Abyssal, but I think he kind of needs that. There's so much physical DPS now coming out from MiTH Trust. You have Exorcism, which is physical damage. You have Juggernaut's Omni Slash, which is physical damage. And then you have the right clicks from all these heroes. So Sleight of Fist, Doom, right clicks as well. I think he absolutely needs that as his next item. So a smart pickup from this Tinker because he didn't really do too much last team fight. He was being chased around most of the time by the Ember Spirit. And he needs that Ghost Scepter so he can actually help out his team in these fights.
I mean, I agree that that was the most logical item pickup for him and the most necessary one. But his damage just maybe isn't going to be enough with the Dagon now. Although it is level 2, so I guess it's not going to be that bad at all. They just can't take another fight like that. And MiTH, their rotations just setting up the fight were kind of flawless as well. Imba completely getting caught off guard, although they were the ones trying to go for it. And oh.
2 of the familiars dead. Easy money for this Ember Spirit. I think that's who got them, or the Doom did, but... Okay, looks like Ember Spirit is building into a Lincoln Sphere first. He could get a Black King Bar. I actually, that would make sense as well, because then you can just man mode this Tinker and not worry about anything. But I'm still kind of surprised that he didn't at least pick up one of the Chrysalis before going into that. But, I mean, he's 4 and 4. There's other damage dealers on the team. He doesn't have to be the primary source of damage.
Usually I prefer as well just getting at least 2 damage items before. One Battle Fury really does not give you enough. But like you said, they do have other sources of damage, especially the support Juggernaut, who has a Blink Dagger now as well. So he's probably gonna gun for the Tinker, although with the Ghost Scepter it is gonna negate the ultimate.
Yeah, get that Tinker, or get that... Oh, look at that! He's gonna get the Rubik free kill! Spins away, but no mana for teleport. Luckily there's no one nearby, but... Unless he gets some mana, he won't be too useful in the next fight. Okay, he gets a little bit. He can at least put down a healing ward and provide a little bit of right click.
You can't survive that. I think the only heroes are Razor as well as the Tinker who can survive that. Tinker because of the Ghost Scepter and Razor because of his tankiness. But I think all the other heroes are probably just dead to the Omni Slash if it's a solo slash.
Yeah. Maybe the Visage could survive thanks to his Keeper's Cloak. That could help him out a little bit. But regardless of that, the push will start. Death Prophet using her Exorcism, and they want to get this tier 3 tower. MiTH Trust are saying, oh, you know what? It's time to fight. We're going to bring it to you, and you have to come at us if you want to fight. Ember Spirit throwing out a few chains on both the Rubik as well as the Tinker. And there'll be the Fortification as well. Death Prophet, not the most health at this point. Down to 800 or so. She has a lot of regeneration. Lakel's as well brought pretty darn low. Actually, really low, thanks to the rocket spam. But he does have his Lincoln Sphere completed up. And he's still dealing, you know, a good amount of damage. 200 damage per hit.
Yeah, a little bit extra even if KYT is there with the Alpha Wolf aura or Pack of the Leader aura. And well, he still has the Aegis, and I really think it's smart of them to back off because Healing Ward is coming off cooldown. They can give it back to full HP that way if they really want to. And just Exorcism, once it comes off cooldown, they can easily get the tier 3 now that it's down to quarter of an HP.
Yeah, I mean, MiTH Trust, they didn't really commit too much to that fight. They just said, you know what, we're going to siege you. You know, we're going to throw out a little bait. We'll see if you bite or not. Imba just started spamming spells from far away. And yeah, they did eventually scare away MiTH Trust, but like you said, Couchshort, look at this tower. It's down to, you know, 435 health. That's not a lot of health left.
Oh man, Whip. I am afraid that this Death Prophet is probably not gonna die at all in this game. He's 1-0-5 as it is, but he has a Heart of Tarask finished. So,
That's true.
where's the
like
damage gonna come from?
From Imba? Oh,
Yeah.
what the heck? Rubik's dead. I think he got soloed. He got soloed by the Skywrath Mage. Skywrath used Ancient Steel and Mystic Flare combination to get the kill. So no Rubik available for this next fight.
Yeah, and there's the Exorcism as well. He can easily just go tank it up. Of course, has the Youth Scepter if things get really heated for him.
No Glyph available as well. MiTH Trust are just going to slowly choke out Imba. They're going to drain him. Jane's being thrown out on the Bat Rider, just locking him in place for a second. And yeah, it's just not looking good for Imba. Okay, there's the Dumont Razor as well, and he couldn't get any of his spells off. The tier 3s are dead in the mid lane. And will they back off? Okay, yeah, they do. They back off. They are losing nothing in these engagements and trades, and Imba basically showed that they actually can't defend their tier 3.
I mean, there just wasn't a fight at all. Ember Spirit keeping Heroes at bay with the Sleight of Fist Searing Change combination. As well as Noki, he went for actually a Omni Slash onto the Visage, who just tanked it up easily thanks to his familiars as well. So, they just completely got spread out. Rubik was dead to begin with. Easy racks, and if they can't defend the next time if come in like that once again, then that's probably gonna be GG. Imba, they're gonna have to think of something to stop that kind of push.
And you know what's something I've noticed? MiTH Trust, they keep getting the Skywrath, and yeah, he's been doing really darn good in these fights and throughout all games. I actually thought he would be banned out by Imba, but I guess they're okay fighting against the Skywrath. Although I think at this point, maybe you want to ban him out if, you know, he's doing work against your team.
Yeah, I mean, there's just some teams that utilize that hero better than others, I think. And MiTH, they're definitely just up there at the moment. Done really good in the 3 consecutive games, like you mentioned. And it looks like they want to continue the push. 8 seconds for the Exorcism, and they are good to go.
Juggernaut's picked up a Gem of True Sight to kind of help him out. He's scaring away Imba towards the, I guess at least towards the tier 3 top. And it's just a distraction though. In comes that Exorcism once again. Double chains as well. Now, man, they're going fully on the offense. They're diving into the tier 4s. They do kill off the Death Prophet though. But Imba, this Razor very low on health. The Visage will indeed fall. Ember Spirit getting low on health as well. He actually needs to, you know, get out of there. But no, he's going to jump forward thanks to the help of this Healing Ward. He may live, but no! He's going to die. He throws out the chains on Razor, but gives up his life. I think MiTH are just getting a little happy-go-lucky at this point. They're diving pretty darn far to get these skills. And now they're actually forced to, you know, blank away, force staff away, as Imba chases, and that tier 3 tower low on health, but they actually defends a 2 for 2, and it could actually change, and they may be able to pick off the Skywrath the Mage, but no, he's getting far away, and Jennifer! He is using the mech, but still the damage is actually really solid from this Juggernaut, but no, he's gonna get blown up by the Tinker. So low on health, the Bat Rider finishes the job. And can the Skywrath get away? Or will the Bat Rider finish the job before steps forward? And there's not the Mystic Flare, but still. That is a 4-4-2 trade, actually, I guess, maybe 4-for-3. But yeah, MiTH Trust, they could have just stayed by the tier 3 tower and gotten that pretty darn easily, but they thought, okay, the game looked to be over, we'll just dive into their into their fountain or almost to there, and they paid for it.
I think they could have easily just gone for Rax if they played it safe, but I mean, even though they lose quite a lot from that, at least the kill of the Razor, just Doombringer getting the Blink level dev to get the finisher. And they are still 15,000 gold ahead XP wise, dropping down a little bit, but still 12,000 as well. And maybe just wait for next Roche and then go for the dev push.
We did kind of see this sort of play from MiTH Trust in one of the other games where they pushed into the tier 3, they did a team wipe, and then they kind of came back a little bit more seriously next time and finished the job. I think that may be where MiTH is at this point. I mean, they're insanely farmed. Ember Spirit now has a Chrysalis. This Death Prophet's picked up a Blink Dagger, not an item you see on this hero almost ever, I want to say, but I mean, there's not a hero that Blink Dagger is really bad on, I would say. I can't think of any hero I wouldn't really want to get it on, I suppose. It's just a great initiation item overall. And MiTH Trust, they're going to push down bottom once more, but Juggernaut is not with them. He's just kind of, you know, walking around the map. He has 3k gold saved up. And, oh, they're going to go on. This is going to be a big team fight. Look at that. Excellent, excellent DPS from the Skywrath. He gets revenge onto the Visage. And now Jennifer doomed up. He'll just get right-clicked to death. Batrider, he was cycloned into the air. Silenced as well. He's trying to run away. The Skywrath Mage, though, will get finished off by the Familiars. Doom is dead as well. It's a 3 for 2 so far. Ember Spirit doing a good amount of damage to the Familiars, low on health. And, okay, Juggernaut's joining the fight finally as well. We'll see Tinker. He is... Yeah, he doesn't want to have anything to do with that fight, as he's up in the top lane, pushing that away now. But still, it looks like MiTH Trust is slightly favorable engagement for them, and they do have Exorcism down, but they should be able to push into the tier 3.
Yeah, I mean, Master Machines definitely helps out, but now Healing Ward comes out as well. Exorcism still on cooldown for another 60 seconds, a little bit extra. A tower, it's dropping low, they will get the tower, and after that is down, MiTH. They'll probably feel pretty damn safe, even on the enemy high ground.
Look at this Healing Ward, doing so much work. It basically counters the spam rockets the Tinker can throw out. Not the Dagon, but it can kind of counter a lot of other things. And we'll see. Smart pickup by the Juggernaut. He gets a Diffusal Blade. I think this is so he can diffuse the Tinker if he uses a Ghost Scepter. And basically get a solo kill on him. So very smart plays from him. A few pings from MiTH Trust onto Roshan. He's back for round 3. The cheese is available, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised if MiTH Trust just decided to get the Roshan kill and then go in for the killing blow.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe gonna take a little bit of time without the Ember Spirit dishing out the physical damage onto Roche. Well, never mind, he's gonna rotate in as well. There's no regeneration rune, so if somebody tanks it up, which is my pro, well, he has the Heart of Tarrasque anyway, I guess. I mean, the Healing Ward may be overkill by Noki, but man, there's nothing Imba can do about this Roche. They are moving, they're smoked up, but they'll be a little bit too late, I think.
I don't even think they could take a team fight anyway. They're just a little bit too far behind. Death Prophet will pick up the Aegis, and who's gonna get that delicious cheese? It will be the Ember Spirit. Uh-oh! Looks like Batrider's been able to grab somebody, and they kill up the Juggernaut. He doesn't have to do anything else, but, well, this could be a bad trade. They already get the Batrider. Doom onto Razor. He's already been able to use his ultimate. Death Prophet's so low on health, she puts herself in the Cyclone and buys just enough time. They're gonna turn onto the Tinker now. A few more right clicks. They'll get the damage with the Sleight of Fist. And it's a 4-for-1 trade. Imba, they're on their last legs. They had a good showing in the tournament, but MiTH Trust, it looks like they're just too much of a superior opponent to deal with, and they'll move down to tier 3. This is looking to be GG.
Oh man, this Yules was so clutch by the Death Prophet there. Definitely just saving his life. And the good thing about the Death Prophet is as well that your Exorcism will still continue dishing out the damage. I mean, Batrider, he chose to target the Juggernaut with his initiation, and to be honest, Juggernaut has a lot of damage output with the Aghanim's level 3 ultimate. But you take out one hero, you just don't have enough juice left for anybody else anymore, and well, they pay the price, and it's, I think, impossible to come back now. I mean, not impossible, but I don't think MiTH is a team that will make such huge mistakes to actually let the back in.
The Mega Crypts are right around the corner with no glyph available. Imba is, they're basically done, and okay, we're gonna go to the final fight here. It looks like Jennifer trying to steal some damage from Doom at the same time. Just hectic action all over the place. The kills, he's able to get a jump on. gets a kill on the Bat Runner, but there's a buyback. And, well, the Skywrath's down, Ember Spirit's down, there are buybacks available. Imba, are they going to go for, like, a final death push? This is their last stand in this tournament. They're down 0-2 with no barracks left except for one ranged barracks. Maybe they'll get a kill on this, Death Prophet, but no, she's still A-okay. Juggernaut blinks away. Low on health, though, will get finished off thanks to the rockets as well as some other DPS. I mean, it's still basically done.
My bro is going man mode. 1 against 5, he doesn't care. Solo against the team. And now, oh, nice use just before the lasso comes out, but it's probably dead now. Lassoed up Jennifer already, the damage is stolen. My pro, he just loses his life, no exorcism once he comes back from the Aegis. Is this a pro by MiTH?
I mean, if the enemy can somehow push down the mid lane, take out four towers and 2 sets of racks, then maybe. But there'll be a return on the Jennifer, so they're able to take him out with the Mystic Flare. And wow, Imba, they are okay. They called it GG. I was about to say they are not leaving this game, man. They are staying until the bitter end. But it looks like MiTH Trust will be your champions of the Vietnamese Esports League. And Imba, they played decent games, but at the end of the day, MiTH Trust just proved to have the more solid drafts and the more solid gameplay overall.
Oh yeah, of course MiTH, they've been around for a pretty long time as well. Had a few roster changes. MyPro and Noki, I think, came in from another team after the TI4 qualifiers, but man, looking definitely solid. And Imba, well, at least they have room to grow. I think Vietnamese scene should still be proud of them, getting to the finals, getting $400 to themselves. MiTH, of course, they walk away with the first place prize being $1,000, so probably pretty damn happy about it.
Yeah, give them a nice confidence boost and, you know, more motivation to keep playing and practicing Dota 2. Yeah, I did notice MyPro's name around before in the C scene, so yeah, I guess after the TI qualifiers, MiTH Trust coming back, and not to say that they didn't make some mistakes and overextensions, and definitely they got a little cocky at times. I think that was kind of obvious, but they still showed some solid games and were able to, you know, dispatch Imba 3-0. So at the end of the day, it was still, you know, a through and through victory.
Yeah, it definitely was. And well, at least we have plenty of time to prepare ourselves for another day of TI4 now, as this ended with actual free games. But man, thanks so much for casting with me as well. And where can people find you?
Well, if you guys enjoyed my casting or are interested in kind of just keeping up with what I do, you can find me on my Twitter at Whiplash, and I also have a Facebook page. You can follow me or like me, I suppose. It's Esports Whiplash, I believe. So go ahead and check that out as well if you liked me. And where can they find you, Coucher?
Just at Coucher on Twitter and Facebook pages, CoucherCast, because somebody had taken Coucher. I was like, God, so angry. But man,
Yes.
that's how life goes. But yeah, man, guess this is it for the day for us, for everybody else as well, for every tournament except TI4. That is our life for the next like 12 hours.
Basically, everybody I'm sure will be watching TI4, but I'm excited. I can't wait. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in and watching some Vietnamese grand finals. It was cool to cast, had a lot of fun, and yeah, enjoy TI.
Yeah, and of course, if you liked us, be sure to follow Heflatv as well on this channel, as well as Heflatv 2 and Heflamok, the English channels for us, and our social media. All of them are Heflatv. Plus, if you want to really support us, the casters directly, you can either donate or subscribe. We have 4 subscriber emotes already, plus more coming in the future, as well as subscriber giveaways in the future, so something to maybe look forward to. But yeah, this is gonna be it. Bye bye, guys.